Hey folks, Ray from DCRAinmaker.com here, and today we've got your Black Friday deals coming in hot here on Black Friday. Now there are tons of things. Most of them are good for basically Black Friday all the way until Cyber Monday, which is of course on Monday. But there's a number of them that are just straight up today only. And so I'm gonna run through all of them. I'm gonna start off with mostly US deals first and then European deals after that. I'll put the time code right now at the bottom as for when the European deals start, so if you wanna skip to that. Though I would caveat that a lot of the US deals actually can be shipped to Europe, so you just kind of want to figure out like taxes and all that kind of stuff, whether or not it makes sense for you. Okay, before we get into the complete deals, keep in mind I've got a huge deals page that's right there, and I'm updating that constantly, like every half an hour, depending on the time of day. And that's especially notable for Amazon deals, which kind of ebb and flow throughout the entire weekend. And then everything I talk about here is on that list right there. So all the links that help support the channel here, the blog, everything is all there. So number one on the list is probably the biggest ticket item, which is the VIP sale is back for 8 hours only. So from 8 a.m. today until 4 p.m. today, US Eastern time, that sale is back. And that allows you to get 20% off basically a big ticket item. You can use it on a small ticket item like a pair of socks, but just don't do that. Friends don't let friends do that. Use it for something big, so like a trainer, a power meter, Tacx, Elite, Cyclops, all those are on there. The Wahoo trainers are excluded this time around. Though hang tight for a second there. So all big ticket items, power meters, all that kind of stuff. Also really interesting for like the Polar Vantage series, the Suunto 9 series. PowerTap P1 pedals are on there. The Tacx Neo 1 and 2 is on there. All the Tacx trainers, of course, Stack, Lead, etc. In particular, on the Tacx Neo 1, it's interesting because officially in the US, that price just dropped to $11.99 yesterday, and this 20% off is combinable with that. So you get down to like $9.59 for Neo 1. Frankly, there's not a lot of difference between a Neo 1 and a Neo 2. I'd take that deal. That's a pretty sweet deal. So anyways, that's today only, 8 to 4. After that, there's really not gonna be any deals that match that for big ticket items, even on Cyber Monday. Just not gonna happen. Number two, a really important deal around here, the DCR Analyzer. That's the thing that I use to compare all of like the power meter, heart rate data, GPS tracks, all that kind of stuff. 30% off between now and Monday. I'll drop a coupon code right there. Link as well on that same big site and everything like that. Now let's talk watches. Probably the biggest watch deal out there is still the Fenix 5 deal for the Fenix 5 and the 5 Plus. All three editions of it, 5, 5S, 5X, Plus and non-Plus, like a 6 total editions, all the variants, $150 off across the board. So that brings you down to, I believe, $499 for the Fenix 5 base, and then the Plus I think is $550 or $650 or something like that. So it's a really solid deal. That goes until December 1st. They got a little bit longer on that one. Probably the best overall watch deal. Garmin did drop the $409.35, a whopping $50. That was frankly a disappointment, Garmin. You could have done better there. The Vivo Active 3 is at $199 and the Vivo Active 3 Music at $249. The $199 is a strong point for Garmin for the Vivo Active 3. That comes with like a contactless payments and all that kind of stuff. $249 isn't too bad for the Vivo Active 3 Music, but Fitbit has their Ionic, which includes music, down at $199 as well. So I think the $249 is kind of lame also. Vivo Fit Junior, which is the little kids activity tracker, is down to $49 and $59, including the Disney version. Funny little fact for you, on all of like the Amazon sales and stuff last year, the year before, that was actually the most sold sports technology item that people did on my site and stuff. So that's super popular. My daughter loves playing with it. She doesn't really understand it yet, but she loves playing with it. Scosche Rhythm and Rhythm 24 are both $10 off. Those are optical heart rate sensors. Kind of a so-so deal there. The Coros Pace GPS watch, 20% off. Again, kind of a so-so deal there, and particularly because it was already overpriced to begin with. And then if you add in the fact that the Suunto Spartan Trainer is down to $195. That's the heart rate, optical heart rate version, multi-sport GPS watch, like my favorite go-to budget triathlon watch. And it really shouldn't be budget. It has all the same features as like the higher end Suunto watches, just with less battery and no barometric altimeter. That is an amazing deal at $195. Normally it's $279. Suunto 3 is also down to $159, and then finally on like the wearables type stuff, Stride has the running power meter at $50 off for a 2-pack. So if you got a friend, you can get $50 off in total. Kind of a so-so deal. RunScribe has 20% off their RunScribe, which is very similar to Stride in terms of running power efficiency and that kind of stuff. So cycling, we've got the 4i Precision power meters. All 4i stuff actually is 20% off. That's pretty strong. Favero dropped their Asioma pedals this morning. The price on those substantially down $150, and this is the permanent price going forward. So right now it's going to be $649 as opposed to $799. Keep in mind, most retailers this will take a day or two to take effect. So they're trying, but that was sort of a last minute change. So you may just have to wait a day or two for that to happen, but keep your eyes on that. PowerTap NG. They're offering free chain rings in the US, North America, as well as 25% off some accessories. So-so deal. Their European deal, however, that is kick-ass. We'll talk about that in a second. Stages, 25% off across the board, including the Stages LR. So that's a really, really solid deal. I mentioned earlier the Tacx Neo 1 down to $11.99. And then if you apply the 20% deal for just today only, that is an amazing deal. Cyclic has their Fly 12 and Fly 6 CE. Those are the camera and light combinations for your bike. 20% off, not too shabby there. We haven't seen anything like that before. And then Wahoo has their Element at $249. Wahoo keeps on trying with the $249 price point for the Element to apparently get rid of it. People love the Element Bolt, but the Element, not as much love. So no sale on the Bolt, unfortunately, just the Element. Action cameras and drones. So the DJI Mavic Air, which is sort of my go-to drone these days, 4K, all that kind of fun stuff. $100 off, not too shabby. The DJI Spark Combo though is down to $349 for drone and roll controller. I have been using that a ton last year. It doesn't do 4K, but it does 1080p. It's an awesome tiny little drone. Both of those drones fit in the back pocket of my jersey when I'm cycling. No problems at all. It's lighter than like half a water bottle, like 300 grams. They're nothing at all. GoPro's got a Hero 7 bundle for $399. That's not too bad. They include basically an extra battery, a 64 gig micro SD card, and a mount of some sort of chest mount, I believe. So that's pretty strong for $399. And then Skydio has their R1 drone, same price, so same $2,000 price or $1999, but they throw in a free battery and a free backpack, so that's something worthwhile. And then lastly, we have the Euro section. These are all the European deals. Now, it's important to understand how European deals work, and particularly even how American deals work. In the US, they have what's called MAP, minimum advertised price, which means that deals have to be approved by the company. So like if a retailer wants to put the Fenix 5 on sale, they have to go to Garmin and get approval for that. If they want to put a GoPro on sale, they have to go to GoPro and get approval for that. So all those prices are very, very restricted. And so US consumers for most tech type items have to have approved deals. Where in Europe, that practice, and of course the rest of the world, is considered pretty illegal. So in Europe, your deals are kind of all over the place. And so there are some manufacturer supported deals, like there are some Garmin specific deals that Garmin has given discounts to retailers for and stuff like that. But most deals you'll see in Europe are driven by the retailer itself. And in most cases, they're taking a substantial loss, especially with these sports tech items. That's true of every item that's on this list right here. Retailers are simply taking a loss, whether it be Amazon or your bike shop down the street that's trying to get you in the door to sell something else. That's all cool, but it's important understanding how these deals come up and why they're so different between countries. So each country does their own thing. On the deals page I have up there, I've got most of the ones that ship anywhere within Europe. So like all the major Amazon deals ship across the board. And Amazon is really where you're gonna see most of the wearable type deals come up. They do a really good job, way better than Amazon US, in fact, on wearable deals for watches, especially cycling items, cycling head units, all that kind of stuff. And those deals only last like one day at a time. So the ones I'm gonna talk about right now are good for today, but frankly, they'll probably be also there Monday as well, and probably Saturday and Sunday, different deals. Just keep it refreshing that page, and each day I round them all up again, find them and put them there. So anyways, let's just get on with it. Edge 820, Garmin Edge 820, 47% off right now. That's an incredible deal on that unit right there. That's their mapping, full navigation mapping bike computer. It's a little bit fidgety sometimes on the touchscreen, but for 50% off, I'll take a little bit of fidgety on that. Garmin Forerunner 35 running watch is 102 pounds. This is also shippable to continental Europe as well. That's an incredible deal on a current generation kind of budget GPS watch. Awesome if you have somebody just trying to get into running, maybe not sure if they need like a really high-end watch. If they do need a high-end watch, the Fenix 5 base series is at roughly 320 to 330 euros. It's can kind of fluctuating depending on which Amazon site you choose. That's really strong. PowerTap pretty much wins the day on power meter sales in Europe. $250 off their NG line, next generation power meters. Those are awesome power meters. So 250 euros off, really, really strong. Meanwhile, on the wearable side, Polar wins the day with the M200 GPS for 74 euros. That's awesome for a GPS starting, especially from Polar. They've also got their M430 at 119 euros. A lot more functionality, a little bit more price point. And then lastly, rounding things up, there's Wahoo's running some sales. They got the Snap for 100 pounds off, though you might be able to find slightly better deals in local sites within your country and stuff. And then also the Element, some slight deals there as well. Not great, but not too bad. Okay, so there you go, a complete look at your Black Friday 2018 sales. Definitely, again, keep checking out that page there for all the latest. With that, have a good one.